Hi, and welcome to the Shadow Seekers, where we explore the unknown, the unexplained, and the mysterious. Today, we're diving into a chilling urban legend that has haunted the hearts of Staten Island for decades. This is the story of Cropsey, a figure whispered about in fear. A name that sent shivers down the spines of kids and parents. Was he a boogeyman born from imagination, or was there something far darker lurking in the shadows? The legend of Cropsey is one that spread like wildfire in the 1970s and the 80s. According to the story, Cropsey was once a caretaker at a children's institution who turned into a deranged killer after being wronged. Some stories say he had a hook for a hand. Others describe him as a shadowy figure who lurked in abandoned buildings, preying on children who wandered too far from home. Parents used the story to keep their kids in line. They'd say, "Don't go out at night, or Cropsey will get you." But what makes this story even more terrifying is how it blurred the line between legend and reality. In the 1970s, Staten Island was home to the infamous Willowbrook State School, a facility for children with disabilities that was plagued by horrific abuse and neglect. Geraldo Rivera even exposed its horrors in a shocking investigation. And then, children began to vanish. Many residents started to believe that the legend of Cropsey had come to life. The fear only grew when a man named Andre Rand was arrested in the 1980s. Rand was a former janitor at Willowbrook, and he was linked to the disappearances of multiple children. Some said he lived in the abandoned tunnels beneath the infamous Willowbrook State School. Andre Rand was born as Frank Russian in 1944 and worked as a janitor at the infamous Willowbrook State School in Staten Island, New York. Willowbrook was a facility for individuals with intellectual disabilities, but was later exposed for its horrific conditions and mistreatment of residents. This connection to such a dark place already cast a sinister shadow over Rand's life. 12-year-old Jennifer Schweiger went missing in July 1987. After a massive search, her body was discovered in a shallow grave on the grounds of the abandoned Willowbrook State School. Andre Rand was arrested and later convicted of kidnapping in her case. While there was circumstantial evidence linking him to her death, he was not convicted of murder due to a lack of concrete evidence. Several other children's disappearances were loosely linked to Rand, though he was not charged in most cases. Rand became the living embodiment of the Cropsey legend, a figure lurking in the shadows, preying on children. The idea that someone was using the abandoned Willowbrook grounds as a hunting ground for his crimes added a terrifying layer to the urban legend. The Willowbrook State School itself was a breeding ground for fear. Its decaying buildings, underground tunnels, and disturbing history became the perfect backdrop for sinister stories. Rand's connection to this location only heightened people's fears. Some rumors suggested that Rand may have been involved in satanic rituals. As Staten Island at the time was rife with urban legends about cults using the woods and abandoned buildings for dark ceremonies. This fueled speculation that his crimes were part of something larger and more sinister. Andre Rand's eerie demeanor, his lack of remorse, strange expressions, and cryptic statements only deepened the public's fear. He was seen as a boogeyman come to life, embodying the evil people had always imagined in the Cropsey story. Even now, the story of Cropsey lingers. Some see it as a cautionary story about the horrors of the past, a reminder of the mistreatment that happened at places like Willowbrook. Others believe that the spirit of Cropsey still roams Staten Island, hunting for his next victim. What do you think? Was Cropsey purely an urban legend, or was he inspired by true events? Urban legends like Cropsey remind us of how deeply folklore and reality can intertwine. They play on our fears, turning local tragedies into haunting myths. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next mystery that we will uncover. And remember, sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that might be true. And as always, stay curious.